Good morning to all of you. Welcome to TSN English class. This is your chapter number 4, Albert Einstein at School. And today we'll start the lesson from here, the first paragraph. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exam, Albert, if you tried. She said, I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. They say you don't have to know anything, you don't have to understand what you are taught, just be able to repeat it in the exam. Here in these lines, that girl is saying that I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exam. She's saying that, Albert, I know that you can pass the exam. Albert, if you tried. If you will try, Albert, then ऐसा उस गर्ल ने उसे कहा that Elsa, that Albert, if you will try, then surely you will get pass in your examination. I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are. And here Elsa is saying that she knows so many boys who are more stupid than Albert. Albert तो फिर भी समझदार है, who get through, but still they pass the exam. They say you don't have to know anything. उन्होंने ऐसा कहा कि तुम कुछ नहीं जानते हो. You don't have to understand what you are taught, just be able to repeat it in the exam. Here Elsa is giving advice to Albert Einstein that, Albert, there is no need to understand whatever you are being taught. It's just, you have to repeat whatever is there is said by your teacher. You have to repeat all these things in your examination. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. I am no good at learning things by heart. And here Albert is giving reply to his cousin that this is the main problem with me. This is the whole trouble. That means this is the main problem with Albert, that he is not good at the things learning by heart, or he is not in habit of cramming things. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like parrot. Here Elsa is giving again a reply that there's no need to good at learning. Only you have to be like a parrot so that you can cram everything. You just don't try. But the thing is that you don't try. That is why you are saying that. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm, added Elsa. Here Elsa is adding one more thing that, Albert, every time you are having a book in your hand, and if you are not doing all these things, then what's the problem, or what's the thing, or what's the book you are having in your hand? Then, and what are you doing with that book? What is the one you are reading? And tum kya padhte ho? A book on geology. Here Albert is giving reply that I read a book on geology. Geology, rocks and things. Do you learn that? Geology वो किताब है जिसमें rocks और कुछ और चीज़ें आती हैं. क्या तुम उसे पढ़ते हो? No, we have hardly any science at school. No, Elsa, there is no science in our school, or hardly one or two teachers told us about some science. Then why are you studying it? Then why are you studying this book on geology? Because I like it. Here Albert is giving reply because he liked that book, and isn't that good enough reason? And this is only the enough reason. That is why he is reading that book. Elsa sighed. Here Elsa is taking some kind of, जैसे कहते हैं हाँ भरना. You are right, of course, Albert, she said, but it won't help with your diploma. Here Elsa is again giving reply to Albert. You are right, but this book, the book of geology, it won't help you in your examination, Albert. So you need to concentrate on your exam. Apart from books on science, his only comfort was music, and he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. So here, in these lines, what kind of interest, or in what kind of books Albert is interested about, that narrator is explaining. So Albert apart from the books on science, here narrator is saying that apart from science book, Albert only comfort zone or only where he feels comfortable was music. That is why he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. That is why regularly he is in habit of playing violin, but his landlady, when she told her to stop, at that time he stopped. That wailing gets on my nerves, she said. There's enough noise in the house with all the kids howling. Here, that lady is saying, और लैंडलेडी इज सेइंग कि ये जो तुम बजाते रहते हो, ये जो है, दिस गिव सम काइंड ऑफ वेलिंग गेट्स ऑन माई नर्व. वो कह रही है कि इससे उसकी जो नर्व्स हैं उस पर इफ़ेक्ट पड़ता है. दैट इज़ वाई देयर इज़ इनफ नॉइज़ इन द हाउस. ऑलरेडी हाउस में बच्चों का इतना हॉलिंग साउंड है, किड्स हॉलिंग साउंड, बच्चों के इतने चिल्लाने की आवाज़ है, दैट योर वायलिन इज़ नॉट appropriate at that time. Albert was tempted to point out that the most of the time it was she who made them howl, but he decided it was better to say nothing. Here, Albert is mentioning that only that lady, वो यहाँ point out कर रहा है, only that lady is pressurizing the kid, or some kind of, she's creating some kind of surroundings over there which makes the kids to howl. But Albert उसमें सोचता है that it was better to say nothing on that situation. I must get away from here, he told Yuri. Then here in these lines, Albert is saying to Yuri that, Yuri, I want to get away from this place. And why he's saying that? Because this place is not good, or Albert don't like this place. So I must get away from here, he told Yuri. After 6 months alone in Munich, it is absurd that I should go on like this. In end, it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. It will be better for all if I stop now. Here Albert is saying that Yuri, that this is the worst place and I don't want to live here. And जो वो लास्ट 6 मंथ से यहाँ अकेले रह रहा था, उसके लिए ये सब कुछ करना बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी एब्सर्ड फॉर एल्बर्ट, एंड दैट इज़ वाई ही वॉन्ट्स टू लीव दैट प्लेस. एंड इन एंड इट विल टर्न आउट आई हैव बिन वेस्टिंग माई फादर मनी. एंड एंड में यही सब होने वाला है, या सब कुछ it should go like this, or it should be or these kind of things prove that Albert is wasting his father's money and everyone's time, और उसने हर किसी का समय खराब किया है. I will be better for all if I stop now, and it will be better for all his parents and his teachers that he will stop doing all these things now. So Albert is saying all these things to his friend. And then what will you do? Yuri asked. And after that, Yuri is asking to Albert that, okay, if you are leaving all these things, then what will you do? I don't know. If I go to Milan, I'm afraid my father will send me back unless. His eyes gleamed with a sudden idea. Yuri, do you know any friendly doctors? Here Albert is giving reply, I don't know. That what will I do after leaving this place? Only, और उसे डर है कि उसे उसके जो फादर हैं, he send him to Milan, वो उसे मिलान भेज देंगे. His eyes gleamed with a sudden idea. And here while talking to Yuri, Albert is having some idea in his mind. That is why his eyes gleamed, or there is a shine in his eyes. That Yuri, do you know any friendly doctor? वो यूरी से पूछता है, क्या तुम ऐसे डॉक्टर को जानते हो? Who is your friend? I know a lot of medical students and some of them are friendly, said Yuri. Yuri ने कहा, yes, I know some medical students and some of them are my friends. Doctor, no, I have never had enough money to one pay. Why? So Yuri पूछता है, okay, डॉक्टर, तो एल्बर्ट रिप्लाई देता है डॉक्टर नहीं, बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव दैट मच मनी कि मैं डॉक्टर को पे कर पाऊँ. सपोज सेड एल्बर्ट दैट आई हैड अ नर्वस ब्रेक डाउन. Suppose a doctor would say, it is bad for me to go to school and I need to go get right away from it. And here, Albert is having the idea in his mind that if suppose that is I had a nervous breakdown, or if he is suffering from the nervous breakdown, and suppose doctor would say that it is bad for Albert to go to the school or to join the school and to live here in these kind of places in Munich, then he can get rid of the school. So he wants to basically, with the help of his friend Yuri, Albert wanted to get rid of the school, and he asked his friend to find out a nerve doctor who would give him a certificate of nervous breakdown and recommend rest for 6 months. So this is his basic idea that how he can leave all those places which are violent, or how he can leave his school. So this is the idea of Albert here.